It's the off season. What do you do if you like cars? The off-season. Whether it's a sport or a passion, very rarely does someone get to enjoy it all year long. Mother Nature generally does dictate what we get to do with our time. Unfortunately, the car season, the racing season, is potentially one of the shortest seasons out there. About a month ago, I already put my car away. It's sad, the weather starts to change, snow is in the forecast. That inevitably means salt and salt trucks. Salt trucks are the death of all cars. So what do you do in the aforementioned off-season? You'd be living under a rock if you haven't already heard about esports or sim racing. They're growing in popularity, and there's plenty of reasons for it. I'm going to take you through a couple of the reasons why. Formula One, commonly known as the pinnacle of auto racing, has already got an esports league. This is Formula One Esports, and it is huge. Why? Because there are so many more drivers and the opportunity for anyone to show up and excel. IRL, getting into Formula One is pretty damn tough. Okay, boomer, IRL means in real life. It's really tough to get out there. You gotta start pretty young, you gotta have sponsorship, you gotta be a good driver, you gotta be good physically. There's all sorts of things that have to line up for you to make it to the pinnacle of auto racing. Well, with esports, you can generally either go somewhere where they've got a rig set up, or from your very own living room. You can cover all sorts of tracks from around the world, thousands and thousands of miles and hours of driving, without actually stepping foot outside of where you live. That's the draw of sim racing. Last week, I participated in my first race with Karts and Coffee. It's an eSim racing league. There's more information in the description down below, so check that out. But basically, it gives you the opportunity to race against like-minded people in a wicked setting. Simulation One Systems is where it was held, and they have all sorts of rigs that have car seats that are better than actual car seats. They've got wheels and pedals and hydraulic handbrakes, basically amazing rigs. The Karts and Coffee League allowed for really close racing. I participated in Time Attack. I kind of ended up in mid-pack. It's great. It basically allows you to compete. There is also Grand Prix racing. Look at how close this racing is. The close racing is what brings on the competitiveness and that racing nature, but you don't have to worry about the drawbacks of potentially doing it in real life. What am I talking about? This sim racing league was under $50 for a couple hours of racing. You got a chance to eat food, win prizes. It was a no-brainer. Well, a track day starts at about $100. Okay, what else? You've got to buy your tires, your gas. Let's talk about general maintenance of the car. It starts to add up. And that's if you do it cheaply. If you're going on the expensive route, it can quickly move from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars over the season. It starts to make sense. Costs of these events, as well as actually getting your own rig, are on a much more attainable level. It goes way beyond that though. Simulators these days offer an amazing opportunity for anyone to excel and advance their skills. There's all sorts of different types of rigs. You can get out there on YouTube and check out whatever you want in terms of money level and realism and whatever. The point is that these can actually get quite real and allow you to train. Yes, that's right, these simulators can be used for training. Top level drivers, and yes, I mentioned Formula One before, use these to prepare for the track if they've never been there before or if they're trying to find a new line. They can even use it to try and develop car setups and see what the changes are at the higher level. What about the lower level? Because I'm definitely not in any of those leagues. Well, at the beginning of this year, one of my instructors said, you got to work on your heel and toe. So, what did I do? I spent hours on my simulator practicing heel and toe. And yes, now I can heel and toe. Is it from the simulator? Yeah, 100%. Did I practice more in real life? Of course I did. But you know what? It was just as enjoyable. Here's what I use in the off-season. I built my own car, or at least a replica as close to as possible, in Forza Motorsport 7. I practice tracks, I practice lines, I practice the feel, trying to see where the car's limit is. Is it perfect? No. Is it close? That's debatable. But you know what? It's still practice, and it's something that I enjoy doing. Top level drivers go a whole other level. They practice on very expensive simulators that help them develop their lines, their eyesight. It can even help develop car setup. I've got a buddy who was participating in some races throughout the summer, but he'd never been to Road America. What did he do? Hop on his simulator and do lap after lap after lap until he was pretty familiarized. And when he got there, he knew what to expect. Simulators offer that part where you can kick the depression of the off-season, allow you to train, compete, and have fun. And that's the whole point. Are you going to get there and feel the shake through the wheels, smell your brakes cooking, your rubber burning? No, that doesn't happen. But does it give you the opportunity to really enjoy the experience, compete with others who are like-minded, and really get through the off-season? Yes, unquestionably. Shout out to this episode's sponsors, Carts and Coffee, as well as Brothers Coffee Roasters. This coffee, I've been drinking it all episode, and I'll be honest with you, it's freaking amazing. It's a premium coffee. I'm giving away a bag. It's about a $20 value. All you gotta do is subscribe to this channel. I'll be announcing who the winner is next week. Be sure to check them out, as well as cartsandcoffee.ca.